Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. One of my viewers wanted me to talk about the incident regarding the Victoria's Secret Karen, which took place in a New Jersey mall. Now, in the video that I watched in its entirety, I saw an incident that showed me that nothing has really changed since the murder of George Floyd, and nothing has really changed ever since the dark days of Jim Crow as related to race here in America. Because when I take a critical examination of that video of this Victoria's Secret Karen, it is no different than what white women did during the dark days of Jim Crow to go out here and get black men lynched and get black men put in jail for crimes that never happened. Now, the main reason why this Victoria's Secret Karen went off allegedly was because she said that this black woman bumped into her. But I believe that this white woman was having serious issues with this black woman because she did not like the idea of being in the presence of a black woman who had herself together. Now, this sister was strong and confident in the face of this Victoria's Secret Karen, and this is the thing that I believe triggered all of her insecurities, because from what I've run into with a lot of these white racists out here on the job and on the street, one of the things that sets many of these white racists off is seeing a black person who has it mentally together. That is one of the things that scares many of your racists out here. And whenever they get in the presence of a black man or a black woman who has their mental faculties together, has a strong sense of confidence and a strong sense of self-esteem, this is what makes many of these white racists get insecure, and that's when they start to lose it. And when they start to get insecure like this, they're looking for any reason to start with that black person because they want to go out here and try to find some way to get power over them. But I commend this sister for remaining in control of herself and control of the situation, because oftentimes your women like this Victoria's Secret Karen, they use incidents like this to get a black person arrested or get a black person killed. And that is one of the things that flew over the head of your Christian Cooper back in 2020 when that Central Park Karen was out here and she didn't like the idea of a black man telling her what to do. Now, in this incident, again, what really set this white woman off was the fact that she was in the presence of a black woman who was strong and confident and really was not fazed by her and was not going out here looking to buck dance and kowtow and be one of these mammies out here in the face of her white skin. And that was the thing that really started to set this woman off after she allegedly bumped into her, because I don't really believe that this black woman bumped into her. I believe this white woman bumped into her looking to start trouble, because a lot of times these white racists, whenever they get in the presence of a black person who is strong and confident, they look to start something up so that they can have a reason to bring you down to their level. But I commend this sister for staying on her level and then taping this video and then letting the world see the low level that this white female was on, because what this white female was all about was trying to get attention for herself, and what she wanted to do was make herself out to be the victim of a black person. And the real reason why she wanted to be the victim in the situation was because she felt insecure in the presence of a black person who, again, was strong and confident and was not caring about her and was not looking to go out here and worship her. And that's one of the things that your white females really want to see black people do, is get intimidated in their presence. They want to see a black person going out here whenever they see them, bringing their eyes down, seeing a black person getting really nervous around them, and thinking that they are some sort of god. But in this case, this sister didn't even care about this white woman, and that was a thing that really triggered her insecurities and led to her alleged anxiety attack. This spoiled, rotten white female didn't like the idea that a black person did not see her as the center of attention, did not see her as the center of the universe, and was not elevating her to the high position that your white males and these other beta black males and beta other minority males put her on and elevate her to this high pedestal place. And that's the thing that really upset this white woman, was the fact that some black woman didn't care about her. And in fact, that's the thing that makes many of these white women uneasy, is the fact that they are not the center of attention. And when they can't get to be the center of attention, what they want to do is go out here and stir up some drama. And when they stir up the drama, they are trying to get all of these people to go out here and pay attention to them. This is what led to many black men and black women to get lynched and put in prison back in the dark days of Jim Crow, because many of these beta white males, once one of these white females started getting upset and going into her histrionics, what they would do is go out here and put on their shining armor and play the white knight, and then go out here looking to slay the evil black brutes, or put the evil black brutes in prison, or they would go out here and have themselves a lynching in order to sate the insecure white females' feelings. And in this case, what we saw was the same type of histrionics that your white female used to participate in during Jim Crow. And that's why one of the reasons I commend this sister for maintaining her self-control and her self-discipline, because that was the thing that really led to us really getting to see a clear picture of how spoiled your American white female is, because your white American female is extremely spoiled, she's extremely entitled, and she believes that the world has to go her way and the world has to focus on her. And that's what we saw in the case of this Victoria's Secret Karen, a woman who wanted the world to go her way, and we saw a woman who wanted the world to be the way she wanted to be. She wanted to go out here and jam up this black woman, all because she was in her feelings about the idea of some black woman not even caring about her. And that's what she wanted to do to this sister. She wanted to go out here and destroy her life, the same way your Carolyn Donham destroyed the life of Emmett Till, and the same way a white woman destroyed the lives of thousands of black people in Black Wall Street, and the same way a white woman destroyed the lives of thousands of black people in Rosewood. And what we're seeing with these Karens in general is we're seeing the spoiled white woman clear as day. And this is something that makes many of these Karens uncomfortable, is that they're getting a mirror held up to their faces. And as that mirror is being held up to their faces, they are not liking the fact that the world is seeing the truth about who they are, because they are so used to these beta white males out here going out here to defend them and protect them. And we saw that later on in the video at the, I think, the 13 or 14 minute mark, when the security came in. When the security and the police came in, we started to see the whole paradigm coming to full circle as related to these white females and their desperate efforts to get attention. After she started with the black woman, then the white knights came in as related to police and security, and as they took the story, they were siding with the white female, looking to make excuses for the white female. But in this age of video, video does not lie, and that video shows us the truth regarding how spoiled and childish many of these white females are, and it shows us the truth about how these females look to go out here and start trouble, not because there's a problem going on, but they're starting trouble because many of these females are extremely insecure, and because they are insecure about being in the presence of black people who don't fit into their stereotypical narratives, because had this been a bonquisha with a bonnet on and some pajama pants and some house shoes, this Karen would not have lost it. Because when I look at the raggedy way this white female was looking, I believe that that sister was dressed polished and on point, and that's one of the things that set her off, because she's sitting there looking raggedy, and here's a black woman who is having herself together, very well spoken, very well put together. She's in the store, she's calm, she's collected. She's sitting there saying, I'm going to go take care of my business. I don't care about you. And her having that confident attitude, that is the thing that triggered this white female, and that is the thing that upset this white female to the point where she was allegedly having that panic attack and having that meltdown and throwing a temper tantrum, because in many of these white racist world, the only people they want to see are the raggedy black women in the house shoes, the pajama pants, and the bonnets, because that makes them feel good about themselves. And when they see a sister who is on point and focused and about her business, that is something that terrifies them, because it refutes many of the narratives they have about black men and black women. And when they see a black man or a black woman who is out on the street on point, dressed to the nines, and ready to take care of business, this is the thing that makes them fall completely apart, like this Victoria's Secret Karen, who wanted to go out here and say, I wanted this woman to get away from me. And the reason why she wanted her to get away from her is because here's a black woman who is a living, breathing proof that refutes all of the narratives regarding black women that she sees, because she's used to seeing that loudmouth, sassy, eye-rolling, neck-snapping, black woman in the store. She wasn't used to seeing this kind of sister. And the whole thing is, I've run into this myself. Again, when I go out here and I have on my best clothes and I have on my Chelsea boots and my Brooks Brothers shirts, this is the kind of thing I run into. So I know what this woman was going through with that Victoria's Secret Karen, because this is just white male and white female insecurity, because they want to see a certain type of black person. They don't want to see real black people who are on their level. They want to see a black person be beneath them. And I really commend this sister for staying on her level and not going down to the Karen's level. She never laid a single hand on that woman, even though she chased her around the store, and she never did anything but record this temper tantrum to show people the truth about how dysfunctional these white racists can get whenever they are in the presence of a black person who is on point, a person who can take care of their own business. And again, it's your presence and your poise that upsets and triggers these people, because when they see a black man or a black woman who is well-dressed, well-spoken, highly intelligent, and has that presence that they are about their business, and even more so, don't even care about white people, because there are people who are dressed in on point, but they are these bootlicks and they're so scared of the white man. But when you have a black person who just is indifferent to white people and sees them as just nothing, that is the thing that triggers people like this Victoria's Secret Karen, and leads to them wanting to go out here and hurt people, because they feel hurt about being in the presence of a black person who does not see them as the center of their world and does not worship them and see them as a god. And this person, this Victoria's Secret Karen, she wanted to make excuses talking about, oh, I was feeling upset because I was going to lose my job and my apartment if this video was recorded. No, she could care less about those kind of things. All she was upset about was the fact that here was a black woman going about her business. Here was a black woman who did not care about her. Here was a black woman who did not deify and worship her. And here was a black woman who knew her rights and stood up for her rights. And that was one of the things that really started to upset those beta males. They saw that black woman really ready, on point, and ready to go out here and stand up for herself. And that's the thing that upset them, the same way many of those racists out here got upset during the dark days of Jim Crow. Whenever they saw a black person who did not go out here and acknowledge the whole institution of white supremacy and look to worship these bottom-feeding white people, this is what got them upset to the point where they wanted to terrorize black people, because they want us to remain in a codependent relationship where we see them at the top and we go out here and look to be the children in the relationship. But the great irony of that video is we saw how childish and immature this Victoria's Secret Karen was, and we saw how this Victoria's Secret Karen, like many white racists, whenever they are in the presence of a black person who asserts leadership and authority, what they start to do is they start to get scared. And once they start to get scared, then they want to go out here and attack us, or they want to go out here and then use law enforcement as a weapon to go out here and take us out, because they want to take those black people out because their mindset is not one of a slave. And that's what the codependent racist wants the black person to be. They want them to continue being a mental slave. They want them to continue to remain codependent. They want them to continue to remain at the bottom, because the only reason why they feel good at the top is if we are at the bottom. And I say to black people, let's continue to rise, because we cannot let somebody like this bring us down to their level, because we are better than this. And that's one of the things I respected about that sister, was she thought higher of herself and said, I am better than this woman, and I am better to behave like her, because what she wanted her to do was get into a fist fight with her and lead to her getting locked up. But the only person who got embarrassed at the end of the day was the Victoria's Secret Karen. And as she had her meltdown, the whole world saw the whole truth about how dysfunctional many of these racist and white supremacists truly are. Now, this is a requested video from one of my viewers, and if you want to request a video, you can donate to the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box, and if I know something about that subject, I will make that video for you. And if you want to pick up some of my books featuring positive images of black women, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the book A Recipe for Success, the sophisticated sorority story The Thetas, or the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, you can find all of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella. Discover the dark side of love in this goth and lovely romance with Spinsterella. Get Spinsterella in paperback and e-readers at your favorite online bookseller today.